Today's topic is all about why it's difficult to master the state of being of the wish fulfilled. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Law of Attraction Detox, where we detoxify from toxic techniques and instead we focus on our true nature where all the manifestational power exists. And today's topic is, why is it difficult to maintain the state of being of the wish fulfilled? Because we know that from Neville Goddard's teachings that when we access our true nature, when we access the state of being where our manifestation automatically just emanates out from us onto our screen of reality, that's when we master our desire. Our desire has been mastered. We have essentially impressed upon life exactly what we are. And that's what manifesting is. But on this channel, we detoxify from techniques that bring you further from what you want. And the reason I am here stating to you how necessary it is for you to first discover your true nature, because once you discover that, you need no other techniques other than, a little inspired hint or nudge about what you would like to see come to fruition in your life. And it takes a little bit of trust to follow me along this path here. I'm going to follow you down this imaginal act, okay? So imagine that you are existing from a state of being where you already have what you want, where you are in a happy marriage, you are full of all the money that you need, you have everything that you desire in your life, you live where you want to be, your friends are amazing, your job is perfect, your career is on point. Like, those things come with a vibrational frequency, okay? They come with a feeling or an experience of being full of love, full of joy for life, full of gratitude for what you have, right? That state of being is the state of being that you would exist in if you were to already have what you desire. The tricky part is it's very nuanced because our mind is trying to figure out, well, I don't know what it feels like to be chosen in a relationship with the person that I want. I don't know what it feels like to have money all the time. I'm constantly worried. I don't know what it feels like to have, see what I mean? Like, we think that we need to know what it feels like in order to manifest what we want. We need to know what that thing feels like first, right? And I know I've been there. I've been trying to mentally mind F myself for a very long time until I discovered a little over a year and a half ago my true nature. After literally years and years. I mean, I think I started on listening to or reading books about manifestations when I was 18, 19 years old. I don't want to tell you how old I am, but it's been a while, okay? I've been on the planet a while. And then when I discovered my true nature, which is love, you're probably wondering, well, what is the true nature that manifests everything? It's love. It's just ascending up into a higher frequency of consciousness, conscious love. And you do that through practice. It does happen overnight sometimes for people that have a mass awakening. They wake up one day and they're like, poof, I'm totally aware that I am in the frequency of love. I am life, literally creating and the creation at the same time. And that's called enlightenment. But for the rest of us, it's like this journey up a mountain, where you have to stop and pause for a minute and integrate what you've learned, or keep pushing harder in this really rocky terrain. And you might be doing imaginal acts like Neville Goddard suggests, and they might not be working, right? You might not be seeing results both in your inner world and your outer world. You might be stuck in this place where you're constantly trying to use techniques and affirmations to get what you want, but it's like, let's say you have mold in your house and you just keep painting over the mold on the wall. It's going to keep eating through the paint. You didn't get rid of the mold, okay? And sorry to use that kind of weird, crappy analogy, but that's what I'm doing with my clients, is I'm helping them find their original state of being. We're uncovering the layers and layers and layers so that you can get to the juicy core, which is what manifests everything. And it's incredible. It's incredible to witness. What I want to impress upon you today is that you are not going to get anywhere by doing more imaginal acts. You're not going to get anywhere by looking outside trying to change what needs to be changed within. How, Kristen, Sophia, do I change myself so that I am worthy and I'm deserving? These are all mental concepts too, by the way. I'm worthy, I'm deserving, I'm incredible, I'm irreplaceable, I'm all these things. These are all mental concepts until you embody them. And that's what hypnotherapy does. That's what I do with I'm helping you embody this wisdom and this state of being so that what you want naturally flows through you out onto your screen of reality. Why does that happen? Let me tell you. Okay, so if I'm walking around and I know my wish is fulfilled, my partner, my dream man, ordered, done, check. I'm walking around, I'm like, yep, money that I always need is on the way. Don't need to worry about it, check. I'm in the perfect place. I love where I live. I'm happy, check. Then how do I behave? What are the thoughts that I'm thinking? I'm going to behave in a way that keeps what I want in my life, right? I'm going to be grateful for the place I have. I'm going to feel full of love. I'm going to feel chosen and desired. I'm going to feel freedom, This is the trick, though. To feel freedom of an abundance of wealth when you don't have it can be kind of difficult. You know why? It's because you've been habituated to be addicted, almost, to a sensation of lack. Addicted to a general feeling of loneliness, a general feeling of despair, a general melancholy, a searching in your life for things that are out of place. I know because I've been there. I've been there with this general habit, habituated to suffering. And this is what I'm here to show you. Like, you can get out of it. You can get out of that state of being, because that is what keeps on reminding you that what you want is not here, because you are experiencing something from the subconscious mind, deep-seated from childhood, or if you believe in past lives, maybe it's another life. I don't really pay too much attention to other lives because I only have this one. And honestly, I don't pay too much attention to the past because all I have is right now and what I'm experiencing right now. And so if you really take a hard look at yourself right now and realize how many times a day do you behave in a way or think thoughts in a way that don't coincide with already having what you want. Why is it so difficult? Because it's a habit. You need to break a habit, and habit breaking can be hard sometimes when you don't have the proper tools. And if you're using more imaginal acts and these techniques, these are not tools that are going to help you uncover deep beneath the core wounds that are causing you to behave and think in a way that's getting you further and further from what you want. So here's the challenge right now. Get your pen and paper. I'm going to write down how I'm thinking and how I'm feeling. And I'm going to ask myself, does this state of being bring me more of what I want or less of what I want? And if you don't feel good, the answer is it's probably you're not in the state of being where you would get more of what you want, because you literally cannot find the solutions to the problems when you exist in the problem. You have to use some mental effort in order to climb out of the darkness, climb out of the suffering. And you have to use some mental effort to start to see your life in a different way, to start to see yourself in a different way, to start to think about people in a way. Do you think that you could attract a partner or your specific person if you think all men or all women are horrible and that there are no good men and there are no good women out there? Just for an example. So if you're existing from a place of let's just call it what it is, anger and bitterness, you're not going to behave in a way that brings you confidently to what you want. When you are confident in yourself and you're knowing what you want is on the way, you behave in a way that is light and effortless and full of grace and ease. I would love to help you with this. I would love to help you discover what is blocking you from that state of being so that you can have what you want. I have a 3-pack of hypnosis sessions. Contact me with my email or go to my website to check out my packages. So if you are experiencing what you don't want and you're having a hard time figuring out what does it feel like, let me tell you what it feels like to be in the state of being of your wish fulfilled. It feels expansive. It feels like a breath of fresh air. It feels like I can breathe in and out easily. It feels like I can be here right now without really having to worry about anything else other than just experiencing the joy of right now. It feels like trust. And trust feels like in my body, a soft belly. I don't have any tension in my chest. Trust feels like I know everything's working out, and so I can just relax. I feel relaxed. I also feel love. I feel an indescribable amount of love flowing through me, and it comes out in the form of gratitude for the divine, a feeling of connection beyond words. It's the connection that is our birthright of oneness to the God or to the universe or to whatever it is that you call it, that we are. It feels like being the creator and the creation all at once. It feels expansive. It feels fun. It feels light. It feels curious. I feel curious. I feel childlike often. These I could just keep on going with these descriptors. But if you can just access maybe 3 of those feelings, sitting in meditation for 3 minutes, this is what I tell my clients. I'm not asking anything that's too difficult. Do you wake up and have a hot drink in the morning? Cool. Then wake up, sit down with that hot drink, and just observe all your thoughts that are going on in your head. And it gives you a really good idea of what kind of program that you have been habituated to. And you can make the mental effort to change it. You can accept and embrace that up until this point, you've been in that loop. And now you're ready for a new cycle, a new pattern. That was then, this is now. Change the guard. And then you'll have a period of time where I call this the changing of the guard. My clients will say, I'm still having some of those thoughts, or I'm still experiencing some of those like feelings or whatever. And I just remind them, I want to remind you, change happens sometimes gradually, because if it happened too quickly, it could be frightening. So if we have, let's say, a castle that we live in, and we have this old guard, and they're standing at the door, and we want a new guard. This new guard is existing in the state of the wish fulfilled. This guard is going to guard and make sure that we get to experience what we want. Then the old guard has to leave. Maybe some of the old guys are still there. They're kind of hanging out. They don't want to leave their post or their station. We kind of have to like gently nudge them out, or maybe a few of them need to hang back, like the general, and he needs to or she needs to tell the new one what's up and how well, this is what we used to do. This is how we used to think. I used to think like this. I used to berate myself. I used to think I'm worthless. I used to think I'm not going to be chosen. I used to look at this person and think, oh my gosh, they're such a horrible person, even though I love them so much and I want them to choose me, but they're a horrible person. Oh, would love to have money, but I hate money because it never comes. These are the things that we get to be aware of. And when you become aware of these little subtle nuances of thought, you can choose to think something different. That is the work. You don't need any other tools other than conscious awareness and love 24/7. That's the practice. But if you try to use imaginal acts, and then you open your eyes after you've tried to imagine something, and you look around, looking at your phone, you're waiting for days, you're searching for the person, you're searching for the money in your account, you're searching for these opportunities that don't seem to come. That's because there is still something going on within you. And so changing the perception from what's going on outside to what's going on inside. I feel my energy pulling out into my outer world to try to change it. I'm going to reel it back in, because right here, right now, in the present moment is where all the manifestational power exists. Not tomorrow, not when I do this imagination that pulls me out of the present moment. It is right here. I'm going to allow life to imagine through me. Ooh. Oh, it feels so good. Just testify to that. It feels so good to allow life to imagine itself through me. God is the witness through me. That is what I get to experience because I choose to. I'm not muddling up my experience with more thoughts of the future or more wishes and desires that just make me long for my life to be different. Instead, I'm going to just look at my life and be so grateful for it. That's how you can maintain the state of the wish fulfilled, because I want you to have what you want too. Okay, I believe in more of love on the planet. There is the happier everyone will be, the healthier the planet will be, the healthier our children will be and their children. Yes. Amen to that. So much love to you. Mwah. Contact me if you want to get started with some coaching or hypnotherapy.